You're not lazy. You're carrying way too much. And it's the reason everything feels harder than it should. You're trying to manage your kids, your home, your work, your future, your kids' future, and you're holding all of it in your head at the same time. Creates a bit of overload. And when you're in that position, it creates this constant feeling of being behind, feeling scattered, feeling like you're never quite caught up. Wondering if it's just you or if everybody else who's managing or running their own business is going through the same exact thing. You wake up in the morning already thinking about what didn't get done yesterday, and then you move through your day reacting, sort of in that fight or flight mode, rather than from a space of creativity or from a space of leadership. And then at the end of the day, even though it feels like you were busy all day long, even though it feels like you were running around and getting a ton of things done, you actually don't feel like you moved any needle forward. You actually don't feel like you made progress. You stayed busy, but did you make any progress? And it's that feeling right there. It's that part that makes you start to question yourself. Because the truth is, when you're a solo mom and you are managing your household and now you're also managing or running or you own or you operate a business, it's not just the physical tasks of maintaining a household, maintaining the lives of your children, getting them where they need to go, being at all of the meetings. It is also remembering everything. It's the mental load that goes with trying to keep all of the balls in the air, all the plates spinning at one time. It's having to plan everything. You're planning things not only for your own life, you're planning things for the lives of other people, your children. That's over here. Then there's the anticipation. You're trying to think ahead. What do I need to be remembering? What do I need to think about for later in the week, next month? There's this bit of anticipatory anxiety that goes along with each and every area, managing yourself and your home, managing the lives of your children, and now managing this entity that is like a family member known as your business. You're not just doing the work, you're carrying the responsibility for it all. You're carrying it mentally, you are carrying it physically, you're carrying it emotionally, and I'm going to add that you're also carrying it spiritually. And carrying all of that creates a level of mental load that most business advice, coaching advice, consulting advice completely ignores. Because most business and consulting advice to scale a business or run a business or effectively manage a business does not take into consideration the load that you carry in your personal life or for your children. It just wasn't designed for that. It was designed for systems optimization and for focus and adherence to very specific systems and very specific timelines. Because most people who are not single-handedly carrying the weight of their own household have that extra measure. They have the extra resources. They have the support at home. They have the shared workload. And frankly, let's just be honest, they have somebody else helping to support in raising and managing their kids in their household. You and I, we don't have that. We are that. We are it. We're doing it all. And I know exactly how this feels. When I co-founded and launched my business about 8 years ago, those beginning weeks and months felt like slogging through the mud. And it felt like that because I was dedicating so much of my time to getting all of the components ready, the licenses, the compliances, the space, the clients, the connections, the permissions, getting those first meetings, getting the word out to the public and the population that we would be serving. And there were so many times I would bring my kids down to the brand new office because I was also homeschooling at the time. So I would bring them down there and I would literally be running back and forth doing multiple things at one time. I would be helping them get an assignment started. Then I'd be running back over into my computer at a table nearby and I'd be typing away, or I would get them started on a project and then I would jump on another phone call. This is just so atypical. Think about this. It felt surreal at the time. And then we would go home and we would have some lunch. And then they would be busy with activity, or their friends would come home from school and they would have friends over or go play at a friend's house for a little bit. And I would have a little bit of extra time then on the computer, making some additional phone calls, setting up more meetings. And this was a juggling act like no other. My brain was on constant overload. And frankly, I feel like I was in a constant state of fight or flight. It was always reaction mode. I was always reacting to a problem. Oh, well, this paperwork didn't go through the way it was supposed to. It needs to be corrected. We have to resubmit it. We've got 30 days to do it. And then the kids and homeschool meetings and making sure their curriculum was appropriate. Like my head wants to explode just thinking about all of the things that we truly are responsible for on a regular basis. It is not for the weak, and it is not for the faint of heart. Okay. In situations like this, most people's advice would simply be manage your time better. Be efficient at time management. That's not your problem. Your problem is that you are operating at full capacity all of the time. And here's the reality. When you are at full capacity, when you don't have any more bandwidth emotionally, physically, mentally, everything takes more effort. Have you ever noticed this? Everything feels heavier. Everything slows down. That's that experience of me feeling like I was slogging through the mud trying to get most things done on a daily basis. Granted, I could be very productive because I can multitask. I can keep multiple plates spinning at one time. Not everybody can, but as a single mom, you really don't have an option. You don't have a choice. I remember people asking me, how do you do it all? And I thought to myself, it actually produced a little bit of anxiety inside of me because I thought, well, what is my option? What are the options? So everything when you're at full capacity anyway feels a little harder. Have you ever noticed that when your bandwidth has shrunk and you're feeling overloaded, you also feel edgier, right? You have less patience. You're a little quicker to react. You feel a little more impatient. And this is simply a byproduct of the nervous system giving you feedback saying, hello, we're good. We don't need to handle anything more. If anything comes your way, shut it down quickly. And that's when we tend to snap. That's when we tend to react quickly. The nervous system doesn't want anything else because it's busy processing and managing everything it already has. So it's a quick to snap, quick response, quick to react. And that is operating out of a place, of course, that feels unaligned. And it makes us feel bad. And then if we accidentally snap at somebody we didn't mean to, then we feel guilty. And then we wonder what our problem is. And here we go with that self-deprecating cycle again, spiral downward. And again, it's not your fault. You are doing more than most people could dream. In fact, if I had to guess, I would guess that you get more done by 9 o'clock in the morning than a vast majority of the population gets done all day. Because you have to, because you're spinning all of the plates and you're doing your best. And if you're the kind of woman who has also started her own business or is running a business as a CEO or manager, you have learned how to do this, but you may not feel as though you're doing it well, and you may not be doing it to the best of your potential or your ability. So if you are feeling like, why can't I just get it all together? Why is it so easy for somebody else? Why does it feel so hard for me? I want you to understand there is nothing wrong with you. You've just been trying to function in a state of constant overload, which is a stress response to the nervous system, which puts you into fight or flight, which means you're constantly edgy. You're hurrying and rushing through things. It's like you're on speed up mode because you're trying to get so much done in any one given day. And once you see that clearly, everything starts to shift because now the goal for you is not do more, get more done, be more productive. The goal, listen carefully, the goal is carry less. Everything's here. Oof, it's heavy. We got to carry less. How do we carry less? This is where simple structure actually really matters. I'm not going to ask for you to start creating perfect routines or rigid schedules, but things like deciding your top 3 priorities for the next day the night before your head hits the pillow and you sleep well. I'm just putting that out there for you. Before you sleep well and your head hits the pillow, deciding those top 3 priorities for the next day. Removing repeat decisions. How do you remove repeat decisions? Lay out your clothes the night before. Lay out the kids' clothes the night before. Decide what time you're leaving in the morning to get Joey and Sally where they need to be. Plan out your meals Sunday night for every night of the week so that you don't even have to think about what are we going to do for dinner? Oh my goodness, it's already 5. I haven't even thought about it. Get rid of all of that. Create small pockets of predictability. When is my work block for the day? When is my home focus for the day? What are my action steps for the day? Top 3. See, every repeat decision that you remove gives you your energy back. I've done this for myself. We pre-plan meals the week before. I schedule out my work blocks, my phone call blocks, my home blocks in advance. And I have learned to protect them and guard them with my life. I have a morning routine that I get done every single morning, and it includes a little bit of meditation and prayer time. It includes going through my affirmations, writing down the 3 things I'm grateful for the day, and writing the 3 top priorities I am committed to getting done that day. And this is what most people don't understand about solo moms. We don't lack discipline. We may look a little frazzled and a little frantic from time to time, but that is because we are literally carrying a level of responsibility most people never have to think about, wouldn't dream about, and probably wouldn't be able to handle. So if this is you, if I'm describing you and you resonate with this message, you are exactly who I created this channel for. Please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you want support building something that really truly works for your life, that creates a measure of freedom for you and your children, please come on over and join Solo Boss Mom. The link is in the description. Love you so much. Can't wait to see you in the next video.